Hello everyone, welcome back to my lessons. I am Marina from Nado Korean, and today we study lesson number 4 that is based on the alphabet. We studied the alphabet finally. Yay, right? Okay, so the first thing I wanted to introduce is Hangul. That is the name of, Korean alphabet, and that means exactly Korean alphabet because people ask me what is the difference between Hangul and Korean and Hangulko, but Hangul is just the Korean alphabet. It comes from Korean, which is Han, and writing, which is Gul. So Hangul is Korean alphabet itself. Hangul was invented by King Sejong the Great. Yay, hooray, King Sejong, and was invented actually in 1443. But let's say that the aristocrats were not that happy about that, so they were against for 3 years. But finally has been used since 1446. This is more detailed, and if you want to know a little bit more about what happened, you can search, invention of Korean alphabet on the internet and find more. Or you can ask me and I will teach you, right? But you can find a lot of information for free as well. So now let's start. The first thing we have to study is the first 10 letters, which are the simple vowels. And this is A. I'm going to try to write over it so you can know the steps. You have them in the book, writing style, but just say, if there are usually two lines, it's Ya with E. So this is Ya. And then we have a very lazy O, so I call it a lazy O because it comes from here and we don't open O round. So that's what I say, O, O, and then with two lines, Yo. Okay, and then we have the round. So this one kind of requires you, sorry for my lips, I'm really bad, like O, sorry, but O, and this one is kind of like O. Okay, so this is O round, O, and this is Yo. Yo. And then, ooh, you don't like that. Ooh. And you. Okay. 2 lines. And then we have, this is very weird for English people, so I'm going to try to make the emoticon on Facebook. It's like 2 eyes and it looks like this. Probably you've seen this one. Like when we get angry. And E. Make sure you don't put a dot over it because this is just a line. E. Okay, this is and E. So these are the vowels. Randomly, if you want to notice, if you only add this kind of consonant in front of it, usually it's syllable only with vowel sound. But we studied that later. So we could have, for example, like A, U. As you can see, the syllables actually in Korean are only vowels and consonants. Together as a pair, they cannot have only vowels separately like other languages. But we are going to study about these ones in later lesson. I think it's lesson number 5 if I don't mistake. For now, we just get introduced to the alphabet. We know how to write it in order, because if you write the strikes in order, you make the right prettily. Okay, then we go on with the consonants, and consonants for basics are like 14. And if you see here, some of them they have 2 pronunciations, and that means final consonant, this one, that's the final consonant, and for the rest of it, it's called initial consonant. Initial consonant. Okay, and these are the initial consonants from the top. So if the syllable has initial consonant, we take the first letter. If it has final consonant, then we take the second one, but we just study now both of them so you know how to read them. This one is beginning of that is G. It's not a strong G, but also not K. So it's like G, and at the end is always K. N is the same, so these are in opposite, always people mistake them. Make sure that understand this is one in the other way. G, N, and then we have the or T. The or T. And then R or L, they say they don't have R sound, but honestly these days people they have R sound because it's globalizing and stuff like that. But it still somewhere between R and L for the initial, but still. This is R and L. And then M. M is all the time the same. This is B or P. Okay, this one, if it's combination with E, it has sh sound. Otherwise, it's S and T. And you can see it has a different writing depending on the typing or the font. This one is mute at the beginning of the syllable, like this. So it doesn't have any sound. It's or like, you know, French, Françon and stuff like that. It's not really ng. I call it like ng, rolling like this. Hong Kong. It's not really Hong Kong, but it's Hong Kong, right? So this one is like N and a very G rolling back in the fourth. But we are going to read this in words easier. And then we have this one just J, and then finally is T. Also you can see it in this one, it's a different font. And these three, if you see, four, sorry. They have an apostrophe in here, and that means that you have to feel the air when you read them, like if you don't feel the air, like put a mirror or something, then if it's not blurry, then you're not reading correctly. So this is ch, and this is k, and this is t, and this is p. In the final position, they have only, these kind of aspirated consonants, they don't exist in final position, so it's just like t, k, t, and p. That's it. But ch, k, t, p. Very important for reading. Also, they have different style of writing them. And the last one is h or t. Of course, you can like learn more other things, but the first thing you need to know is like recognize them. These are Korean letters, and this is how I write them in order, so I can make a prettier, you know, handwriting. Sorry for me, I'm really not used to it. Slippery whiteboard, but anyway. So yeah, basically these are like the simple ones. You can take a look and study a little bit about the double ones as well if you want, but it's not a must. For now, if you recognize these ones, you're going to be able to read some things, easy things in Korean. So I think I'll just stop here for lesson number 4, and you go on and finish reading from the book, and see you at next lesson number 5, where we study more in detail the alphabet. I think it's lesson 5, 6, and 7. Anyway, so see you later, and let's go in deep. Bye!